Yes, students, chapter 3, deep water. See the extracts, the lines. He and I stood together in the surf. I hung on to him, yet the waves knocked me down and swept over me. I was buried in water. My breath was gone. Got the lines? In the very beginning, when he went with his father to the California beach. Got it? Yes, Manveer. Who are he and I?
He is referred to the bully and I is the writer William Douglas.
Who is bully here in these lines? It is reference about the his childhood period.
He and Acha, he.
You said we have revised this chapter many times and you don't understand who is I and he. You said leave this chapter. I have given the reference with the lines also, that these lines are linked to that part when he went along with his father to California beach when he was only 3 to 4 years old. The phobia of water created in his mind at that time only. I refers to William Douglas while he refers to his father. Where had they gone?
They had gone to a beach in California for fishing.
They had gone to the beach in California. What unfortunate incident happened there?
William Douglas was knocked out and swept away by a wave of water.
Yes, a powerful wave swept over the narrator and he was buried in it. He could not breathe for some time. How did the incident affect the narrator?
He was so scared that a terror sat in his mind that he was afraid of water.
The narrator developed an aversion for water. Short form में an aversion for water. Next lines. Yati Sharma, please unmute yourself. Yati Sharma, please unmute yourself, beta. Switch on your video.
The
Yes,
child is not responding, ma'am.
she left. Yes, see the lines. My introduction to the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fears. But in a little while, I gathered confidence. I paddled with my new water wings, watching the other boys and trying to learn by aping them. Got the lines? Yes, Mother. Why did the narrator choose to go to the YMCA pool? Anything else? Any other reason? Because the pool was much safer than the treacherous Yakima River. Clear? First thing, that he wanted to learn swimming. Secondly, the YMCA pool was much safer than the treacherous Yakima River. Which unpleasant memories did he have?
He had a pleasant memory at beach in California where a wave struck him when he was 3 to 4 years old.
The unpleasant memories of his childhood when once he was buried under the waves at the beach in California. What were his childish fears?
Main childish fear was of water.
He feared water. How did he start gaining confidence?
He started gaining confidence by learning swimming, that is like paddling using water wings and watching other boys trying.
He started learning with water wings and imitated others. Next lines. It seemed a long way down. Those 9 feet were more like 90, and before I touched bottom, my lungs were ready to burst. Got the lines? Yes, Devanshi. Who is the narrator? William Douglas. What has happened to him?
A mishappening happened to him that he was knocked in the river by an 18-year-old boy.
A bully boy has tossed him into the deeper end of the pool. Why did 9 feet seem more than 90?
Because he didn't use swimming and it was very difficult for him to come back to the edge of the pool.
He did not know how to swim and hold breath for such a long time. That was getting very difficult for him. What had he planned on reaching the bottom?
He thought that as soon as he reached the bottom, he pushed himself upward to the surface of water and he paddled towards the edge of the pool.
Yes, he had planned that he would spring up with his full force once his feet touched the bottom. Sit down. Next lines. The next, I remember I was lying on my stomach beside the pool, vomiting. The chap that threw me in was saying, but I was only fooling. Someone said the kid nearly died. Got it? Yes. What had happened to the narrator? He had almost drowned to death after being pushed into the deeper end of the swimming pool by a boy. Who was the chap that threw him in? 18 years old, a big bruiser kind of a boy. Why did he do so? He was just, it was only fun that he was doing it. He was not provoked by anyone and he did so only wantonly, just to enjoy. How did the incident affect the narrator? How did the incident affect the narrator? The narrator, he developed a last longing, affect, or the fear for water. Yeah. Next, wherever I went, please find out the next lines. Wherever I went, the haunting fear of the water followed me. It ruined my fishing trips, deprived me of the joy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. Got? Wherever I went, the haunting fear of the water followed me. It ruined my fishing trips, deprived me of the joy of canoeing, boating, and swimming. Yes, Gurleen? Who is the speaker? William Douglas. Why did he fear water so much?
Due to some mishappenings, he had suffered two mishappenings. First, when he was 3 or 4 years old, he went to the beach in California with his father. There the waves almost swept him.
Because of some unfortunate incident of his childhood. He had almost drowned in the water. How did his fear of the water affect him? According to these lines, how did his fear of the water affect him?
His fear of water affected him very widely. He didn't even go for his fishing trips.
Yes, he could not enjoy his fishing trips, canoeing, and other water sports. What did he do to overcome his fear?
Finally, he decided to learn swimming and
Yes, he learned swimming from a professional instructor. So now next. Thus, piece by piece, he built a swimmer, and when he had perfected each piece, he put them together into an integrated whole. In April, he said, now you can swim. Got it? Who is he here? Yes, he is the swimming instructor here. Thus, piece by piece, he built a swimmer. Explain this line. What do you mean by it?
He was given training daily, and thus he became a good swimmer.
Gradually, he perfected in swimming, in the skill of swimming. Piece by piece here means gradually, slowly, step by step. Why was it necessary for the narrator to learn to swim?
It was necessary for the narrator to learn swimming because he was never able to enjoy fishing trips or enjoying boating or swimming because of the fear that he had in his childhood.
Yes, he had fear for the water and he was not able to enjoy fishing and water sports. So he decided to take this training. Mention any two qualities of the narrator.
First, that the courage that he gathered to again go to the swimming. Secondly, he wants to overcome his fear.
That shows his strong will and determination. Courageous, strong will and determination. Now come to the next chapter. See the extracts of chapter 4, the rat trap. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms, very beginning lines. But even so, the business was not especially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Got it? Yes, Arshdeep. Them in the first sentence refers to he made them himself. Them refers to rat traps. Them refers to the rat traps. Who is he and what does he do? Who is he here? He is a peddler. And what does he do? He makes and sells rat traps. Why did he have to resort to begging and thievery? Why did he have to resort to begging and thievery? क्यों उसको begging भी करनी पड़ती थी, चोरी भी करनी पड़ती थी? Yes, because he could not earn much by selling the rat traps. What do you understand by to keep body and soul together? What do you understand by this phrase? To keep body and soul together means to make a living. Give the meaning of that phrase only. To keep body and soul together means to make a living. So now next lines. Immediately he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tambaku roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. When he went into the crofter's cottage. Aman got it? Yes. Who is he? Immediately he put the porridge. Old crofter. He is the old crofter. For whom did he cook supper? For the peddler or for the rat trap seller? What kind of a man is he? Very kind and generous man. How does the stranger treat him in return? How does the stranger treat him in return? What happens after this? क्या होता है इस इंसिडेंट के बाद? वो कैसे उसको ट्रीट करता है? In return, the stranger steals his hard-earned money of 30 knor. 30 knor. Next, sit down. Anji, next lines. The stranger must have seemed incredulous, for the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pouch which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out 3 wrinkled 10 knor bills. Who is the stranger, Manveer? The rat trap seller. Which matter made him seem incredulous? Which matter made him seem incredulous? किस बात से ऐसे लग रहा था कि वो उस पर विश्वास नहीं कर पा रहा था?
The porridge in front of the laptop server took out, can you go?
No. The old man telling him that he had earned 30 crore by selling cow's milk. जब वो कहता है कि मेरे पास कौ है जिसका मैं दूध बेचता हूँ और इतने पैसे मैंने उससे कमाए हैं, तब ऐसे लगता है कि वो विश्वास नहीं कर रहा था कि गाय का दूध बेचने से इतने पैसे कमा लेगा वो. What did the old man do to prove his point?
He went down to the window and took a leather bag and picked out.
To be very brief, he showed him the currency or 30 crore bills. How had he earned 3 wrinkled 10 crore bills?
He earned them by selling the milk.
By selling the milk of his cow. So now next. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. Got the lines? Who is he in the first sentence? The peddler. Which money did he have in his pocket? The money that he had stolen from the old crofter's house. Why did he fear walking on the highway? Let her answer.
He feared walking on the highway because he felt that he would be caught by.
Yes, he feared being caught by the police. What happened when he entered the woods?
When he entered the woods, he thought that after some time he was lost in the woods and he was
Yes, he lost his way and kept wandering there for a long time. So now next lines. It was probably on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge until he stood close up to the furnace. Got it? When he entered into the forge, it was probably, starting from this line, what type of noise did prevail there? The noise of फर्नेस की आवाज नहीं होगी वहां पर, वो हथौड़ों के साथ जो आयरन को पीट रहे थे, दैट वाज द साउंड ऑफ ग्रोइंग बिग बिलोज एंड बर्निंग कारकोल. उसके अंदर जो जल रहा था उसके भी वो टूटने की आ रही थी आवाज. विच प्लेस इज दिस? Which place is this? An iron mill at Ramsrow Iron Works. Who is the visitor? The peddler who sold rat traps. Why has he arrived here? To get shelter and warmth for the night. You got this extract, I think, in PT2 paper also. Next lines. My father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the forge tonight, and then I asked permission to come and bring you home to us. I'm so sorry, Captain, that you are having such a hard time. After listening the line, do you recognize the speaker? Adla Wilmanson, the Iron Master's daughter. Okay? Yes. Who is the speaker's father? Iron Master, or the owner of that Ramsrow iron mill. What is the speaker's mission here? Her mission is to pester the vagabond looking man or the peddler to come to her house for the Christmas festival. Does she succeed in her mission?
Yes, she was succeeding in mission as she was
How?
able to take the president.
How? How she succeeded?
She convinced the predator by
She promised him to leave him free after the festival, that they would not compel him, he could leave anytime after the festival when they want to go. Come to the next chapter for the extracts, then we'll discuss the questions afterwards. Indigo. Yes, impressed by the sharecropper's tenacity and story, Gandhi said, I have to be in Calcutta on such and such a date. Come and meet me and take me from there. Got the lines? Whose turn? Arul? Your turn. Yes, who is the sharecropper? A peasant named Rajkumar Shukla. What tenacity did he show? For weeks and months, he followed Gandhiji wherever he went and trying to convince him to visit Champaran district. Which story of the sharecropper moved Gandhiji? Which story of the sharecropper moved Gandhiji? Story, or you can say the problem. He told him the injustice being faced by the poor sharecroppers that at the hands of the British landlords. Clear? Did the sharecropper come to meet him in Calcutta? Yes, he came and took Gandhiji from there. Next lines. Sit down. Rajendra Prasad was out of town, but the servants knew Shukla as a poor yeoman who pestered their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. So they let him stay on the grounds with his companion. Got it? Who was Rajendra Prasad? At that time, according to your chapter, who was Rajendra Prasad? He was a leading lawyer who later became the president of India. Who was Shukla? Was a poor sharecropper from Bihar. What did the servants know about him? What did the servants know about him? They knew him as a poor farmer who pestered their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. Who was his companion? Gandhiji was his companion. Sit down. Next lines. Sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving on foot and by conveyance to see their champion. Muzaffarpur lawyers called on Gandhi to brief him. They frequently represented peasant groups in court. They told him about their cases and reported the size of their fee. Got the lines? Yes, Manveer? Yes, Aman? Which sharecroppers are being talked about? Which sharecroppers are being talked about? The indigo sharecroppers of Champaran district. How was Gandhiji their champion? How was Gandhiji their champion? was called as champion because he had come to fight for them. That's why he was called as champion. On what issue did the lawyers brief Gandhiji? On what issue? On the issue of injustice against the sharecroppers at the hands of the British landlords. How did Gandhi react on knowing about the size of lawyers' fee? How did Gandhiji react on knowing about the size of the lawyer's fee?
He said that we should not go to law courts and we should settle this outside.
He chided them. He rebuked them for charging heavy fees from the poor farmers. Yeah. Next lines. Gandhi did not leave. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him at the railway station. A vast multitude greeted Gandhi. He went to a house and, using it as headquarters, continued his investigations. Hanji, Manveer. Who wanted Gandhiji to leave?
The lawyers and the British government wanted Gandhi to leave.
The British official commissioner of Tirhat division wanted Gandhiji to leave. The British official commissioner of Tirhat division. A vast multitude refers to a huge crowd that gathered to receive Gandhiji. What investigations did Gandhiji continue? What investigations did Gandhiji continue? The investigations in the cases of injustice against the sharecroppers. How was he treated at Motihari?
He was asked to leave the place immediately.
How was he treated at Motihari?
He was greeted by the people there.
He was welcomed by the peasants and lawyers, but was arrested by the police. Sit down. Next. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted period of 7 months, and then again for several shorter visits. The visit, undertaken casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant in the expectation that it would last a few days, occupied almost a year of Gandhi's life. Hanji, got it? Where is Champaran, Madhur? Where is Champaran? In Bihar. Why had Gandhiji gone there? To help the indigo sharecroppers against the injustice done to them by the British landlords. How long did he stay there? For about a year. What did he do for the people of Champaran? He freed them from the fear of the Britishers and worked for their social upliftment also. At the end, after solving this case, he did many social works also. So next, he saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and wanted to do something about it immediately. I think maybe last ending part of the chapter. Who is he here? Gurleen. He refers to Gandhiji. What kind of social background is being talked about?
It refers to the health conditions.
Lack of health, hygiene, and education. What did he do to remove such backwardness?
He opened the schools where his wife taught the children as well as aware the ladies about the sanitation. Also,
He appointed teachers and a doctor for their education and health, and he taught them lessons in hygiene too. Who else helped in his mission? His wife, sons, and some volunteer teachers and a doctor. Clear? So now next, come to the questions now. Why is Rajkumar Shukla described as being resolute? Why is Rajkumar Shukla described as being resolute or determined person? Resolute means who had very strong determination.
Because he stayed there waiting for following Gandhiji for sharing his problem of the indigo shade problem, so that he will solve it.
Rajkumar Shukla wanted Gandhiji to go to Champaran and fight against that injustice, but Gandhiji was not free. So Shukla accompanied Gandhiji wherever he went and repeated his request. He even followed Gandhiji to the ashram at Ahmedabad. Gandhiji was impressed by his tenacity and finally went with him to Champaran. That's why Rajkumar Shukla was considered as a resolute man. Why do you think the servants thought Gandhiji to be another peasant?
Shukla, old farmer Shukla took Gandhiji to Vijay Prasad's house, but he was not there. So people thought that people knew Shukla as a poor farmer. So because Gandhiji was with him, so they thought that Gandhiji was also a farmer.
Okay. Yes, students, if you have any problem regarding these chapters, you can go through and send the queries or bring your problems. Clear? This was the last chapter from your book, Indigo. It means you are clear about this book. Any chapter if or any poem, if you have problems, you can bring it and share in the next meeting.